Good Monday morning, everyone. Are you ready for another week here on Inspiration for Today? I truly am. I'm kind of excited about sharing what I'm going to do this week. And that is, I gave a talk or a sermon, you could say, about a month ago. And it's so apropos today. And it's really dealing with God's blessing on America. And these are such turbulent times, are they not? I mean, we had the Republican convention last week, and the Democratic one is upcoming. And it just seems like there's just so much unease and distrust of those with whom we disagree. Both sides in this race for president, and actually in all the other congressional races also, distrust the other side so much. And it's almost gotten to the point where it's not just that we feel that they're wrong, we feel like they're evil. And you add that into a lot of the things that are happening in this country, and it just seems like we are going through a season that there's not a lot of peace, no matter which side we're on. It seems like we see a lot of sin around us in this country, and we see ungodliness, and makes us feel uneasy, doesn't it? Because you know why? We have had the great life of living in a land that God has consistently blessed. America is a country that from the very, very beginning was following the Lord overall. And the Christian influence in this country was so strong that it became known throughout the world as a Christian nation. In the last several decades, maybe half century, there's been such a strong effort to try to remove God from our culture. And to a certain extent, that's been successful. Not completely, not completely. But we're going to spend this week talking about America and how can we get God's blessing if it's been removed back on it. We want God's hand of blessing, don't we? And guess what? The Bible is very clear on how that can happen. And I pray that it will happen. But today, let's just start off in a positive note. And let me ask you this question. What is it that you like best about America? Now take a moment, think that through. Instead of us talking about all the negatives and the riots here or there or the crime or whatever, what is it that we like best about America? Is it the beautiful land on which we live? I think that's part of it. I mean, have you ever been to Yellowstone or even Yosemite or my other national park that I absolutely love is Glacier National Park in Montana. You ever been there? These are places that are just fantastic. And I feel like they're just putting God's creative hand on display. Like it's God's artwork. What do you like? What place? We'll start with that. Do you like best that you feel reflects God's beauty? I put up this picture behind me just to demonstrate God's beauty around here. Here we are in the midst of hot summer days, and cool days are coming where snow-capped Mount Baldy and other mountains nearby will once again come, no doubt about it, and we'll have nice, cool days. That's a lot of the variety that we love just living here. But America's such a big place. Perhaps it's the freedom that we enjoy. That's your favorite thing about America. Well, there's none of us that don't like that. And when it starts to get infringed upon, we rile against that. We do not want it, do we? No, we appreciate the freedom. And that, by the way, is, of course, why a lot of the people initially came here. And we'll talk more about that in the next, probably tomorrow, but in the next couple days. But freedom. How about our prosperity? Do you thank God for that? There's a direct reason that there's a lot of reasons, really, that this is a prosperous country. And we're going to talk about two of them tomorrow. But I really appreciate that God's hand has allowed us to be prosperous. And I think a lot of that is because this has been a generous nation. We have given both the Christian missions around the world, up to this day, a huge amount of the money that goes towards spreading the gospel around the world comes from America. And I do believe that's one of the reasons that God allows us to be prosperous. But even at the government level, we have tried to share around the world to help out in times of famine or floods or earthquakes. Wherever there's distress, American, both government and our nonprofits, such as, oh, don't you just love what Samaritan's Purse does? Man, they're always the first one in there. I love that about America. How about the ability to succeed that's in this country? That if you work hard and you're industrious and save, or however you do it, there's the ability to raise your state in life. And that's something that we just never can take for granted. I've done a lot, as you know, I've done a lot of traveling in communist countries. And that same ability is not there. You work for the state. And when I come home, I just so appreciate it. That people, if they invent something or however they do it, industrious, you can succeed in this country. So what do you like best? Or what are 5 things you like best? We could go on and on, but I wanted to start Monday, this day, with that, with a positive attitude, because may I propose to you that this is a great country. And it's great because of all this is that God's hand of blessing has been on us. This was a country that sought after him, and he in turn, just like he did with Israel when Israel was seeking him, God's hand of blessing has been on the United States of America. God has blessed. God bless America. People want to come here. They see it. They see all the things that we talked about. And they want to come here. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, in the last period of time, millions have come across illegally even. But that's because they want to live here and better themselves. We can understand that, their desire. And so no one is trying to break out of the country. They're trying to get in because we have a wonderful place to live. And you and I get to do that. Now, we're going to talk more about our history tomorrow. Don't miss it. I'll see you then.
Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give